Hey everyone, welcome to Geisinger. My name is Scott Bukowski, and I just finished the Geisinger Transitional Year program the summer of 2021, and now I'm in my dermatology residency. And Dr. Green asked me to make a quick video for you to give some extra information about the program. And I had a great year during my transitional year, so I jumped at the opportunity to give you guys some extra information. So I'll just get right into some of these questions. First one she wanted to know is, why did I choose my residency at Geisinger Bloomsburg Hospital in the first place? And I think one of the important things that I was thinking about before I even came to the interview was I was really excited about the fact that there was so much variety in the electives that we get to do at the Geisinger Transitional Year. And I think the best example I can think of for that was the fact that we got to do a couple of months in the emergency department. And those are two required months. And I felt like that was really important because even though I'm going to be practicing dermatology for the rest of my life, I'm also still a doctor at baseline for the rest of my life too. And so I felt like it was really important to have some extra foundational knowledge in emergency settings if I'm ever in the community or with my family members and need to triage some type of an emergency. So I felt like that was really important. And then overall, just being able to have so much exposure to so many different things, I thought was really cool and really impressive about the program. And then when I actually got to Bloomsburg for the actual interview, there was just something about that brisk Pocono Mountain air that kind of drew me into the area. I won't get too poetic on you guys, but I was really excited to go from being in big cities for the past few years to going to a more rural location, and it definitely lived up to it. There was a ton of stuff to do, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then the icing on the cake was just the people that I met when I was there. And that really starts at the top with Dr. Green and with Patty, the program coordinator. I could tell how much they cared about us, and I could tell how much the community was a real tight-knit family feeling community when I was at the interview. And again, that definitely lived up to the expectation too. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. And then she wanted me to talk about what life was like living in Bloomsburg, and I really loved living in Bloomsburg. It is a rural location, so it takes a certain type of person to really enjoy being there. But if you're the type of person that likes being outside and you like doing different activities in nature, then this area of the country is really beautiful. And I mean, we were there for a whole year, and it was a year during a pandemic, so we couldn't do much out inside anyway. And we really only scratched the surface of all the different trails and hiking and rivers and ponds and lakes and different activities that we could do outside. And there's a ton right in Bloomsburg, and then in all the surrounding areas as well. And there's this awesome Bloomsburg Town Park, and I have a toddler at home, so they have this really sweet playground at the Bloomsburg Town Park. And honestly, even if I didn't have a toddler, I probably would have gone and played there myself because it's such a cool playground. But other than the playground that's there, there's a ton of people always there walking and biking and running, and there's some big fields there too, and there are always people out there playing soccer or football, and there's even a frisbee golf course like right within the town park, and the river's right there too for any water activities that you want to do. And there's just a lot to do around there. And then the other cool thing is that there was this free admission amusement park called Knoebels that we went to a few times, and that was within like a 20-minute drive. And so that was pretty cool to just mix things up and go check things out there a little bit. And so yeah, there's not a lack of things to do in the Bloomsburg area. They're not going to be like nightlife clubbing type of things that you're going to get at the city, but they're kind of more outdoors, fun, nature type of things if that's what you're into. And with that said, the cities are only within a couple hours if you do want to kind of break out of that nature mode and go and do something else too. It's not that difficult. And then the last thing that I was going to talk about was whether or not residents have input in the program. And I would say 100%. Right when I got there and throughout the year, you can tell that the priority of the program is for our education. It's for the residents. It never felt like we were just a cog in the wheel of this system of a giant hospital where we're just there to support the attendings, or we're just there to help push papers or fill documentation type of thing. It really, maybe it's because it's a small community hospital, but I think a lot of it has to do with Dr. Green and the program coordinator really making sure that we had a great experience. And in terms of our input, they definitely care about anything that we have to say that we think could improve the program, or anything that we feel like is not going well. And you do have to be a little careful with what you wish for, because if you come to Dr. Green with an idea of something that you think could improve the program, and she likes it, it'll be implemented within like a couple weeks. And that's just the nature of being in a small program. And one thing I really believe in a lot is improving our ability to communicate with patients. And I felt like a transitional year program was a good foundation to really work on that. And so I mentioned that to Dr. Green and gave her some ideas, and we had a specialist in patient communication come and give us a talk within a couple weeks. And so that's just one of the many examples I have of times where I felt like little things that we could improve, and it was really taken to heart. And that's how the program feels as a whole. It's, our input matters, and it's resident driven. So that's really cool. And I don't think I felt that type of environment at many other residency programs around the country. So those are kind of the main questions that Dr. Green wanted me to answer for you guys. And honestly, even though it's your intern year and it's your first year as a doctor, it was one of the best years of my life. And that says a lot, because it was also during a pandemic. So yeah, I feel really passionately about the Geisinger Transitional Year Program. And if anybody has any more individual specific questions, Dr. Green has my email address, and I'd be really, really happy and welcoming to anybody that has any questions and wants to reach out. Please send me a message. And otherwise, good luck with the process and enjoy it. And hopefully we'll see some of you at Geisinger down the road in a while. All right. Bye-bye.